Okay. So, maybe you guys heard about it. Maybe you didn't. I'm just making a video on this now, since every single time I seem to try to make a video on it, it keeps getting taken down. Essentially, uh, I'm pretty sure you'd have to be hiding under a rock to not hear about this, but I'm pretty sure you guys heard about that meteorite that a couple weeks back just flew over the northern United States or North America. Um, basically went over, I think, California, and it basically just rode the atmosphere until it went over the East Coast and landed somewhere in the ocean, somewhere in the middle of the ocean. Uh, the meteorite I know was covered, and that was talked about. The thing that I don't think was talked about or even mentioned, mind you, was the fact that uh, when it was passing over, all these little rocks were falling out, and they were a whole bunch of different colors. They look like perfectly cut gems. And I'm talking with a whole bunch of people on like Reddit and 4chan and all that, and basically they're calling them Kaleidostones. It's just basically little gems. Some of them are, they come in multiple colors: blue, green, red, purple, yellow, orange, pink, all that jazz. Anyways, people are calling them Kaleidostones, and if you've come into contact with any of them, then you'll know what they do, which is essentially if you were to pick one up, these things that came off the meteorite, if you were to pick one up, it pretty much gets like almost dissolved into your skin. Now, as interesting as that is, as far as I know, it's not deadly. The only people that I've been able to document as actually like confirmed like having absorbed these crystals into their skin, they seem to give that person an aura. Like whatever the color of that jewel is. Let's say you pick up a red jewel, it goes into you. Your body starts to glow red, or whenever you get really emotional or heated, you start to glow, red. I guess your outline, which is funny because I never believed in auras before. But uh, yeah, there's been a few people who I've come into contact with who, after absorbing Kaleidostone, they seem to get these. I guess you could call them powers. I don't even know what to call them right now. It's weird. This thing is still in development. I mean, from what I've heard, like there was one kid in New York, a friend of mine's friend's friend, who took one that was like white or clear, and he's like able to like phase through objects, or he could turn objects intangible and shit like that. Um, Another one was this guy who got a red one, and he can like hold objects and he can like charge them with kinetic energy, and when he lets go of them or adds a little force to them, they fly as fast as bullets. It doesn't even matter how heavy the thing is. Just like he can pick up like a dresser or something and just put his hand on it and charge it full of energy, and then when he like whooshes it, just he could push it slightly in any direction and it'll just fly off. But I've been hearing about all this stuff, and it's just really weird how the news isn't reporting about it. Nobody's talking about it. I just find it really strange. Um, like I said, I've mainly been on Reddit with this. Not so much 4chan, but on Reddit, people are talking about how it's what do you call it? The stones, which they're calling like Kaleidostones, they almost look like gems, I guess. Um, so the people who are absorbing these things into their bodies, apparently you can only absorb one. If you absorb one gem, you can't absorb another one. So it's like a one-time deal, or at least that seems to be what I'm getting from this. Um, the people who are taking the gems into their bodies and getting these powers, I guess, I don't know. Uh, they're calling themselves the Gemlocked because the gems, get it? They're getting locked inside their bodies. Ha 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 ha. As far as I know, nobody's taking the gems out of their bodies, because it looks like once you absorb a Kaleidostone, because that's what they're called, uh, it looks like if you absorb a Kaleidostone, or one of these gems, it like stays inside you. It like almost becomes a part of your body. It basically circulates surrounding your system, as far as I know. Um, Almost turns into mist, I guess. I don't know when it comes into contact with you, but yeah, and all this from that meteorite, which I mind you, no one. I even got friends, you know, uh, in the Marines and stuff, and even they said like they've heard absolutely nothing about, not even retrieving this meteorite, not even, like no one's interested in it, no one's even talking about it. I mean, if people are, they're doing a damn good job, keeping the whole thing hidden. But yeah, I was just curious if anybody else was following this, because every time I make a video on it and every time I try to talk about it, it ends up getting taken down. So, uh, let me know what you guys think. If you guys have heard anything, let me know. Because I'd like to know more about this. Cause, yeah, I don't know. Makes for good, makes for interesting conversation, I suppose. But yeah, I guess I will see yous around.